思議の幻想郷ロータスラビリンス。
Well, hello there, peoples. This is my first time that I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be a full playthrough of Genso Wanderer Lotus Labyrinth. I would like to, I don't know, start with something that I'm familiar with and something that I enjoy as a full playthrough. And surely enough, hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as I did. So yeah, this is my old save, so I'll start a new slot. We have the human wind deity Sanai Kochida and the girl of Banha Agra Tenshi Hinanawe. Both of them are really good, but I will start with Sanai for the most part. Yes. I don't know if you guys want me to speak over the characters, even though they are on Japanese, but for now I will just leave the Japanese on. I will, though, volume the BGM a little bit, because it's loud. And this. Alright.
WRS によって生成された電脳世界なんですね。すごいな。幻想郷でこんな体験ができるなんて。みとりさんに感謝しないといけませんね。というわけで、この機械の解析を依頼されたんだよ。なるほど、そんなことが。ただ、わからないことが多くてね。そこで外界のことに詳しい君を呼んだってわけさ。なのに、これが外界の道具なの？ ただの箱にしか見えないけど。どうして君までここにいるのかな。面白そうだからってついてきちゃったんですよ。
Wait. Alright.
私のことは気にしなくていいわよ。適当にやってるから。そうさせてもらうよ。さて、君に来てもらったのは他でもない。電脳世界というものについて聞きたかったからなんだ。電脳世界ですか？うん。この機械の使い方はだいたい分かったんだけど、電脳世界というものについてはよく分からなくてね。だったら実際に作ってみればいいじゃない。簡単に言わないでくれよ。もし電脳世界が危険なものだったらどうするのさ。それもそうね。多分ですけど危険なものではないと思いますよ。私もあまり詳しくは知らないのですが、確かコンピューターやネットワーク上に存在する仮想的な空間のことだったかと。最近では電脳世界を舞台としたゲームなんかもあるって聞いたことがあります。バーチャルリアリティという技術があって、五感を刺激することで電脳世界を体験できるそうです。五感を刺激。そうか、あれはそのための。何か分かったの？謎は全て解けた。多分これは電脳世界を舞台としたゲームを生成し体験するための機械なんだよ。この機械を調べていた時、意味のわからない設定やパーツがいくつかあったんだけど、そういうことなら全て合点がいく。もしそうならちょっと遊んでみたいかも。そうね、私も少し興味があるわ。そんな目で見るなよ。まだ解析の途中だからあんまり動かしたくないんだけど。別に動かしたって解析は続けられるでしょ。お願いします、ニトリさん。まあそこまで言うなら。ゲームの世界とか言うからちょっと期待していたんだけど、現実世界とあまり変わらないのね。確か現実世界をスキャンしてそれをベースに電脳世界を構築する仕組みだって言ってましたから、そういうのは期待しても無駄なんじゃないかと。電脳世界って言っても大したことないのね。むしろそこがすごいところだと思うんですけど、ゲームの歴史を知らない人にはわからない感覚なのかもしれませんね。
Something that you will know, right, Sanai? Starting grasslands. Characters with the ... icon have new conversations available. Conversations have multiple patterns, and they can change based on the story. You can progress the stories without them, but you can miss out on some conversations this way. Alright, so we have movement. For those who don't know what this genre of game is, it's a dungeon crawler, turn-based dungeon crawler. Normally, enemies go as you go, each steps you take, each time you attack, each step you do, then they will do the same. So hopefully that was a good explanation. There's items and certain scenes on the ground, so you guys will see. Alright, let's see what Tenshi says.
電脳世界とか言っても現実世界とあまり変わらないのね。これなら問題なくプレイできそうだわ。
Well, I guess we proceed.
私たちはこれから何をすればいいの？確か選択したジャンルはダンジョン探索 RPG でしたよね。文字通りダンジョンを探索すればいいんじゃないでしょうか。なんかざっくりしすぎじゃない？とはいえ特に説明もなかったのでそれくらいしか。早苗さん、それに天使さんですね。誰？はじめまして。私は幻想郷の住人のデータを元にして生み出された電脳体、オリジナル電脳体のヒエダのアキューです。同じくオリジナル電脳体の元織小鈴です。オリジナル電脳体？はい、元となった人物の思考パターンからその人物ならどのように考え行動するかを完璧にシミュレートし実行する。
So basically a really advanced AI. Got it.
本人そのものと言っても過言ではない電脳体、それがオリジナル電脳体です。で、そのオリジナル電脳体が私たちに何の用？私たちはオリジナル電脳体ですが、この世界の案内役でもあるんです。この世界へやってきたプレイヤーをナビゲートするのが私たちの役目なんですよ。ちゃんと救済措置があったんですね。助かります。ちゃんと案内してくれるんでしょうね。
Tenshi is always so skeptical about things.
はい、任せてください。きちんと責任を持って案内させていただきます。なら早速案内してもらおうじゃない。
Alright, another note. If anyone leave that on the comments, if anyone wants me to remove the text box just like this to take screenshots, I won't mind. Just make sure to leave it on the comments so I can actually know what you guys want.
最初の目的地はどこなの？まずは活動の拠点となる守谷神社を目指しましょう。その道中にでもこの世界についていろいろと説明させていただけたらと思います。ちょっと待った！せっかくプレイヤーとナビゲーターが2人ずついるんだし、二手に分かれてどちらが先に目的地につけるか勝負しませんか
Kosusu is always this competitive.
ちょっと小鈴、いいですね。面白そうです。確かにその方が退屈せずに済みそうね。まあお二人がいいなら構いませんが、組み合わせはどうします？私はどちらがナビゲーターでも構いませんけど。なら私は小鈴をもらってもいい？今回の提案も面白かったし楽しませてくれそう。ご指名ありがとうございます。なら私のナビゲーターはアキューさんですね。はい、よろしくお願いします。
Okay, so we got Akio as our navigator. Let's talk to both of them, shall we?
ようこそロータスランドの世界へ。これからよろしくお願いします。ナビゲーターとしての腕は小鈴より上であると自負しています。あの子にだけは
絶対に負けません。まずは守谷神社を目指しましょう。
このゲームの名前ロータスランドって言ったっけ。一体どういう意味なのかしら。どんな冒険が待っているのか今から楽しみだわ。ここが電脳世界ロータスランドです。これからよろしくお願いしますね。アキューのナビゲーターとしての腕は私の足元にも及びません。私こそがこの世界一のナビゲーターであると言っても過言ではないのです。
I'm the best!
目指すは守谷神社です。さあ行きましょう。
Alright. Let's go. The start of an adventure to Moria Shrine. Head for the Moria Shrine. In this dungeon you race your rival to get to the goal first. It's for learning the basics. Pick up some gear and a companion, then face the boss on the last floor.
これでよろしいですか？
Alright. Sanae and Tenshi set out for Lotus Land, the cyber world created by the WRS, World Replication System. There they encounter a cyber original Akyu and Kosuzu who act as guides to the world. Akyu reveals that their initial goal is to search the Moria Shrine, but just as she starts to lead them there, Kosuzu interrupts, suggesting that since they have 2 players and 2 navigators, they might as well race to see who can get there first. The Sanae Akyu and Tenshi Kosuzu teams make their way into the dungeon to reach Moria Shrine ahead of their opponents. So we have the item limits to 30, members limit, we have the boss, and special rules. We have to defeat 3 Kisume types, clear within at least 2,000 yen, and defeat both bosses Suako and Kaneko to clear. 7 floors. Let's go.
それでは頑張ってくださいね。
Road to the Shrine. Floor 1.
ようこそロータスランドの世界へ。
Thank you.
ここは幻想郷を再現した電脳世界。現実世界では体験できないいろいろな不思議があなたを待っています。
Everything is a mystery in Gensokyo.
さあ、その不思議を探しに行きましょう。と、その前に一つだけ質問です。ルールの説明は丁寧にした方がいいですか？
I will pick thorough just for you guys can see what the controls are. Make a thorough, please.
できる限り丁寧に説明することにしますね。
Let's solve the mystery. Achievement unlocked. You have obtained money. Money is used to buy things. Incredible. You have obtained an item. Hold triangle and press up on the D-pad to check your items. You got a pancake. A pastry made by frying dough better in a pan. Kids love it. Fills your tummy by 50-50. If you eat it when your tummy is already full, raises capacity by 2. So basically we have a hunger gauge and a health gauge. If our hunger gauge reaches 0, then our health will slowly start depleting. So we always make sure to make or stock up on food. Alright, let's proceed. Advance through waterways like these with diagonal movements. Remember, you have to press 2 directions with the directional pads at the same time. Don't put in the wrong direction by mistake. Hold down circle and press the directional buttons to perform a dash and move at a high speed. When you dash, you will rush out all the way to the next dead end or a path split. There is an even handier version called an I-dash. An I-dash is a type of dash that automatically adjusts passing when there is an items or room existing present. Hold on R1 button and press the D-pad to perform an I-dash. Yeah, basically a fast travel. Step onto a portal and select next floor to advance to the next floor in the dungeon. If you aren't ready to leave this floor yet, select cancel. We are ready. We have suspend, but that will bring us to the main menu. Next stage.
この世界にはオリジナル電脳体の他にエネミー電脳体と呼ばれる電脳体が存在します。姿形こそオリジナル電脳体と変わりませんが、行動パターンが完全にプログラミングされているため、自身で判断し行動することはありません。同じ個体がいくつも存在し、基本的にはプレイヤーの行く手を阻むように設定されています。ちなみにエネミー電脳体の能力が元となった人物のものと同じとは限りません。この世界は電脳体を含め幻想郷をベースに作られていますが、ゲームとしてのアレンジが加えられているため、実際の幻想郷とは異なる点がいくつもあります。大したことない相手だと思って油断していると痛い目に遭うかもしれませんよ。それでは邪魔なエネミー電脳体を倒して先へ進みましょう。
On this floor, you will receive a combat overview. Several enemies dungeon will attack the player on sight. Press X to attack an enemy directly in front of you. As you get experience from enemies, the player will level up and grow stronger. Sometimes enemy also drops items when you beat them. The minimap on the upper right will show you info on the parts of the dungeon you have to. Press R2 to enlarge it and shrink it. It looks like there is an item near a cyber enemy. Go over and pick it up. Equip weapons to do more damage to enemies with normal attacks. They won't do anything just sitting in your inventory. Go ahead and equip this one now. Pull up the cross menu and select equipment to bring up the equipment screen. Then set the item you just got in your equipment slot. Voila! You got a Patrol Tengu sword. Mass-produced weapons that are given to Patrol Tengu underlings. It's an awesome item that can be traded even when worn, but Mamiri would never do that. Achievement unlock equipped. Now we are holding a sword. We do more damage. Your equipment has leveled up. Equipment will grow stronger as it gets experience. You will also get more performance out of your equipment as you level up. Just remember that equipment only gains experience when you have it equipped, otherwise it gets nothing. Congratulations, you have leveled up. Leveling up increases your HP, attack power and more, making the player stronger. Equip armor to reduce the damage you take from enemies. Set your armor on the equipment screen. Pull out the cross menu and select equipment to bring up the equipment screen. Then press L1 and R1 to swap between weapons and armor. Patrol Tengu Shield. Mass-produced articles provided to the Patrol Tengu underling. Beam built in some factory assembly line. Its quality isn't too shabby. Hold on square to display information about spaces around you that you can currently see. Yeah, so the blue tiles, like the dark blue tiles, is water. The red people are enemies. Brown tiles is a passage. Black tiles is a wall. And the floor room is baby blue. You can also press a directional pad while holding down square to change directions you are facing. It's important to keep a clear head and choose your actions carefully, especially with tons of enemies around. It's better too to kill the enemies in one by one, just on a patches like this, like narrow. And you will have easier times like this. Like you don't have to face that many enemies. This is a swamp, a type of terrain that slows down anyone that passes through it. There are plenty of other terrains and they will all apply to the players and enemies alike.
プレイヤーや一部の電脳体は飛行能力を封印されています。空を飛ばれたらゲームにならないというのが主な理由ですね。ちなみにアイテムなどによって一時的に飛行能力を得ることはできます。同様の理由で制限がかかっている能力はいくつかあります。使用できる弾幕の種類なんかはまさにそれですね。要するにゲーム内で許可されていない能力は使えないということです。現実と同じように立ち回ることは難しいと肝に銘じておいてください。
These are P powers. This allows us to shoot or damaku or shoot at bullets are other skills that we own. Sanai has 4 unique ones. The Sky Serpent randomly throws 10 damaku to damage enemies in the room. Damage an enemy in front. Damage 5 enemies in 5 directions. I forgot to say the name. This one is Wind Blast. Exortercia Great Thaumaturgy. And Divine Virtue Rise Shower. Heals HP of allies in the room, plus remove 1 negative status, plus or grant 1 positive status. As you pick up P items, you will gain Damaku points, shown in the upper left. You will pick up P items just by moving near them. You can store up the maximum of 30 Damaku points. Let's try using Damaku now. Damaku comes in 4 types, each with their own strengths and traits. Press right, down, left and up on the right joystick to swap between Damaku types. Press right to select Damaku 1, then press L1 to fire it. Wind Blaster! Easy enough. You have come across a room filled with enemies. This is a perfect time to break out this spell card. This spell card lets you damage all enemies in the same room as you. Pick it up and use it by going to your item screen. Hold down triangle and press up on the D-pad to bring the item screen up. One of Sanai's spell cards damages all enemies in this room. Miracle, Daytime Guest Stars. Very nice. Amulets are equipable items with special effects. These effects can include protecting against status elements, beneficial effects, dungeon navigation aids, and more. We equip it the same way as armor and weapons. Longevity. A charm that grants vitality just by looking at it. The bearer will always be full of energy and never grow enfeebled.
すでにご存知の通り、この世界にはオリジナル電脳体と呼ばれる電脳体が存在します。私もその一人なわけですが、オリジナル電脳体はエネミー電脳体とは違い、1体ずつしか存在しません。その名が示す通り、オリジナルに限りなく近い特別な電脳体なわけです。そんなオリジナル電脳体ですが、特定の条件を満たすことで仲間にすることができます。条件はいろいろありますが、一番簡単なものだとダンジョン内を徘徊しているオリジナル電脳体に話しかけるですね。オリジナル電脳体を仲間にすることで冒険を有利に進めることができるようになります。このフロアにも徘徊していたはずなので、見つけて話しかけてみましょう。
Right, let's go meet that person. You have been surrounded by enemies. This calls for a wide area Demaku. Use up to the set one and try it out. More powerful Damaku cost more P to use, but they can make your adventuring a lot smoother. Find the best times to use them. Hello. Press next to someone.
ありゃりゃ、見つかっちゃったか。はじめましてでいいのかな。私はオリジナル電脳体の霧雨マリサだ。気軽にマリサって呼んでくれよな。
改めて自己紹介されるとなんだか不思議な気分ですね。
そう言うだって。私だって気恥ずかしいんだからな。
おめでとうございます。無事徘徊しているオリジナル電脳体を見つけられたみたいですね。
She was kind of just sleeping there, but sure.
はい、こちやさなえ、頑張りました。
喜んでいるところは悪いが、私はオリジナル電脳体の中では一番の下っ端だからな。
For a main character from previous games, you're at the bottom of the.
見つけられるのは当然だ。
それって弱いキャラってことですか？
違う、仲間にするのが簡単って意味だ。強さと入手難易度は必ずしも比例はしない。
まあほぼほぼ比例しますけどね。
私は例外なんだよ。
そうなんですね。頼りにしてますよ、マリサさん。
おう、任せてね。
Just a passing magician. So we have a partner now. They show green. They walk around with us the whole time. And you will show as a heart on the top right screen on the map. Looks like you've been surrounded by several enemies. But now you got a trusty cyber original on your side. Get through this with her help. Partners gain experience from enemies and go up in level, just like the players. Experience is distributed to the whole team, not just whoever defeats an enemy. Pretty simple. When cyber enemies spot the player on your partners, they will approach to attack. You don't have to walk into the enemy attacks. You can always pass the turns and let them come to you instead. Press X and swing your weapon at a safe distance. Always try to get the first strike. Yeah, Saber Originals will always walk in front of you to protect you. Gaps are essentially items that you can put together into. The item you just picked up is a preserve gap, a type of gap that lets you insert and take out items at will. When an item is inside a gap, it is protected from traps and enemy skills. You can also throw gaps at walls to break them open. Breaking open a gap will let you collect the items inside, but the gap itself will be broken. We will use a lot of these in our adventure. Right, let's keep going.
Player には情報端末であるロートスギアが支給されています。このロートスギアには様々な情報が記録されているんです。しかもプレイヤーの体験が反映されて、その情報が更新されていきます。アイテムを拾えばアイテムの、敵を倒せば敵の情報が更新されていくわけです。ロートスギアはいつでも使用することができます。敵の弱点や特性なども記録されているので重宝すると思いますよ。
Hold options to bring up the options menu. The Lotus gear enables you to review data you might find useful in your adventuring. Yes, so we have a backlog of everything that happened on each turn. We have a dialogue like backwards, so like backlog basically. You have the gear, we will get to this later, and we have the library where you get the bestiary. You can learn about the enemies we have defeated. Let's learn about these three for now. Cerno. Name Cerno, species fairy, origin the environment of Scarlet Devil. An ice fairy who claims to be the strongest in Gensokyo. She freezes items in your inventory. When Lady-type enemies are nearby, the number of items she can freeze increases. Also, she gets weaker as spring approaches and melts into water. Ridley Nightbug, Yokai, Imperceptible Night, a firefly yokai who has the ability to control insects. She moves at a normal rate, but can move multiple squares at a time. As her rank goes up, she moves more spaces per turn, and summons 1 to 4 lower rank Wriggleys. She has a limit to her summoning, and sometimes she fails. Kizume, species yokai, origin subterranean animism. A Tsurube Otoshi yokai who lives in a cave or wells. She is in a different bucket depending on her rank. She doesn't have any abilities and only uses normal attack. Items are displayed by category. L1 and R1 will swap the categories. L2 and R2 swap main genres. So we have a refined green tea. A mellow green tea with a robust flavor and sweetness. Heals 100 HP and removes all negative statuses except incompetent, mouth sealed, and death curse. If HP is already full, increases match HP by 3. Throw at spirit enemies for 100 damage. Fills the player's tummy by 5. Luster sign, Room of Light. Illuminates your surroundings. Gives the floor the illuminated status, enabling you to locate enemies, items, and staircases on your current floor. Also dispels blind for the user. Some dungeons have wider corridors connecting rooms to one another. Don't worry, they're still corridors, so you can still hold the R1 and perform an eye dash in them. You have made it through the tutorial. This portal leads to the last floor of the dungeon. There are several types of portals and they look different based on what they do. So we have the normal portal that is bluish and has screens that goes to the next floor. The goal that has the same thing, but this one has rings around it. The one to go back floors is orange and the boss one is purple. The portal in front of you indicates that there is a boss on the next floor. When you see these portals, make sure to go over your items and check your HP before going through. You want to be in top shape. And for that, we will eat a pancake. Alright, should be good to go. Yosh. The burn. Explosions! Kanako and Swago appear to be fighting. The two of them are the bosses of this tutorial. As you go through your adventure, you will have a boss. Encounters like this. Kanako and Swago are very powerful bosses, but don't worry, you can still advance the plot whether you win or lose. Work with your partners and make them stop fighting the hard way. Alright, we got one. It's always good to tackle one by one. What do you mean? They're always fighting.
周りの迷惑も少しは考えてください。いや、だってこいつが。だってもヘチマもありません。いいですか、お二人とも。これに懲りたら二度と喧嘩なんかしないでくださいね。はい。
Yes, Mommy Sanai.
しかし派手にやったわね。神社もボロボロだし、どうするのよこれ。
それなら心配はいらないぞ。簡単に直せるからな。
ここは電脳世界だからね。指先一つでちょちょいのちょいさ。
Magic!
すごい、一瞬で神社が元通りに。でも微妙に最初と変わってない？そのまま直すのも芸がないからね。せっかくだからアレンジを加えてみたんだ。
またこいつは余計なこと。
あー、やだやだ。これだから遊び心がないやつは。
You're no fun at all! You need to live more freely!
なんだと？やるか？
おう、望むところだ。だからやめてくださいってば。
やめてください、ストップ。And that was the first dungeon. At least the tutorial dungeon.
ダンジョンクリアです。
And we completed all the objectives. Sky Moria Shrine. You are experiencing the cyber world is making you grow. Your gear slots have been expanded. You can now equip multiple weapons, armor, and amulets at the same time. The more items you have equipped, the more benefits you will get. And it doesn't matter which slot you equip things to. The benefits will stay the same. Make sure to fill every equipment slot so you have every opportunity. Equipment effects benefit both you and your partners. Don't forget to equip things for their sake too. Now we have people to talk to. Talk with everyone at the shrine. Characters with critical plot advancing events are marked with a exclamation mark icon. Make sure to talk to these characters, otherwise the story won't progress, or you could wind up blocked in a dungeon. Alright guys, so I will leave today's episode for here. You guys can tell me if you like this thing or not, and I will